Yo, 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 what is up? Most white boy way to express that ever, or what? Yo, yo, yo. Anyway, watching this old Uncle Left side here, this video, and just wanted to show my comment so far at the first hour mark. In case it's deleted, I don't know, just to show it to give you, some ideas and my opinion as well. Anyway, they are missing many things. Quantum, like we're talking obviously organic portals, the HPBs. They're missing many things. Quantum level, photonic mind, they're the surface body only. We, like us, the souled humans. Photonic mind, they are electric mind. I've got a upcoming lecture on that. It's already done, but I'll upload it soon. Just paying out on left there 5 minutes after he said they're not missing anything. He said, oh, but they're lacking a spirit. So the word lacking and missing. Don't worry about that. Trivial. 100% agree with most of the stuff he says though. Not all of it. Definitely not all of it. Like the other video you did, that life ain't shit but but more shit left. And you said, oh, a webcam is a demon genie portal. Actually, a web camera, the phone, this is all used for us to interconnect. Otherwise, I couldn't even be listening to your lecture right now. You get it? A culture cannot advance faster than it can communicate. This is the earth communicating with itself. Me and you, every other souled human, that's the earth communicating with itself. It's not a demon genie portal. So I don't agree with everything he says. Anyway, 100% agree we must it's imperative we cut communications with the HPBs, because they only learn from us, because they do not have new or novel entrance of light into the system. It's not what they do. They are all acting like women, head of creation. Man is head of spirit. So you've got us proper men who are head of spirit, who are always introducing new theory, new models of reality, new realizations, epiphany, and spiritual level stuff. Then you've got women, their job is to ground this out into creation. I've given many examples of this, but here's a crude example. The guy who discovered Reiki was a guy. He came back. Now you've got a lot of women practicing Reiki, way more women than men out there in the world who are Reiki masters, Or, I got my certificate 1 and 2 in Reiki, even though I don't understand that it's 7th dimensional or barely anything about it. I just got taught to do it. Well, you've noticed that, right? Most of the Reiki healers are women, out in the world, except they don't know shit about it. They think it's about symbols. They don't know about the dimension. Anyway, which proves what I'm saying anyway. But, and my point is the women then are grounding it out. What incense is best? How does it feel good? And etc. Okay? So that's like the women's job. And that's why we call, the human prison bar men not real men, because they act like just the lower end and the creationary grounders. And that's why it seems like we're in an energy extraction matrix as well. Actually, I'm going to leave that out. I've got to explain that for more than 1 minute. But the women's role is like head of creation. Man's role is head of spirit. And the HPB organic portal men, if you want to call them men, the males, which are really, acting like in a female role, you see. But then they're not even doing that properly, you see, because they're not even a spirited or souled female. They're just a soulless man. So they almost just act like a half woman. They're not even a woman. They're less than a woman, man. I'm telling you. Anyway, they don't get spiritual insights. That was all about, because have you noticed who discovered DNA, who gave us the time wave, blah, 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 Descartes gave us science and all this. Have you discovered that men are entering the spiritual enlightenment into the system? Have you guys realized this? Show me one single woman. And if you can show me one, god damn, you're lucky. Name one and I'll tell you how you're wrong. And I'm not against women specifically or something, only because they're now acting like such a blocking mechanism, right, to forward motion. And like prison bars or frequency controllers trying to control your frequency. Anyway, so it's imperative we cut communication with HPBs because they don't enter anything new into their system. And the more we cut communications, the more stark and obvious the difference between a soul human and a HPB organic portal will become, basically. Okay? So anyway, I was just going on about that, and I said, want system scarcity collapse sooner? Because that's what we're in. We're in a scarcity-based system in an abundant universe. I said, stop fucking them, like stop having sex, stop talking, stop anything to do with HPBs. Don't give them any energy in any form or any information. Remember, energy is also informational. And informing, like forming stuff, inform, in physical form, information. So anyway, we have created the whole world, soul humans. They only steal our ideas and implement them against us, and or spread them out as, a creationary, like how I was saying, woman is head of creation, like that. Anyway, you can read my comment as I'm talking over it. I'm not going to read every line. Yeah, this was an important thing, because he mentioned also that they're different in like so many different ways, and yeah, I'm starting to myself like get into that myself, like how exactly are they physiologically different, like physically, is there any physical differences that we can really nail down, and there are, and is there any other differences, sort of meta physical, half not, has to do with, deeper underlayers behind what I call the second dimensional edge, what I say here about their heart rates are probably different as well, not Earth heart, you see. And I said, see Dan Winter's work, Dan Winter, the guy that used to work for Heart Math, and they tried to take his proprietary method. Dan Winter, that other Aussie dude, he's an Australian like me, and he does all this stuff about fractal heart. And look into his lectures on that, because it's very important, and that's where I'll agree. Blood types, are they different? Maybe, but I'll have to think about this. In higher respects, definitely. In respect to the ultraviolet and ultrasound, etc., definitely they're not there. Remember, they're only surface bodies, right? They're not anything that is like underlayer, right? So that's why I said ultraviolet. Like we have more heightened energetic blood due to ultraviolet light acceptance and all this. Anyway, I'll do a big lecture on that, but I don't think on the more surface level of O negative blood or something like this, or rhesus factor, I don't think they're different on that in that respect. I'm not sure, but I don't think so yet. That's what I'm up to right now. I don't think so. Maybe, but I don't think so. Yeah, but this is more important. They're not microtubule beings. You have a level under the neurons. Do you see what I mean now about the more macro physical, hard, upper, very physical, tangible, not in the quantum underworld stuff? That's the second dimensional edge, like that very macro, hard physical surface of things. That's what they are, the electric mind, and they're not the multiple state photonic computer quantum mind that us soul humans have active, which is microtubular level. And the reason I mention microtubules is because even Stuart Hameroff, remember Stuart Hameroff from the movie What the Bleep Do We Know? Down the Rabbit Hole, 2006 documentary with all them scientists. That What the Bleep Down the Rabbit Hole movie. Well, Stuart Hameroff is the co-director of Consciousness Institute, and he has a theory about the soul. Yeah, the human soul, and we're going to get into it in another video. But he says that the soul is in the microtubules. Now, I laughed when I first read that. I said, obviously it's not in there. The microtubules will have a soul imprint, is the way to say it, you see. Yeah, subscribe because I'm the man, clearly. Thanks for referring to some things I say, just being a smartass, because he was mentioning zoo animals, and I've got a zoo animals title video, Take Organic Portals Seriously. Don't play with zoo animals. So I'm glad to see old Left Side mentioning that too. You guys, some of his followers don't think that he follows my videos, but I know it. He knows I know, because I see when he mentions things that only I've created in a video, yeah, then it's obvious he's watching my videos. So you're a dumbass to some of his followers who think that I'm only following him or something and then he's not listening to anything I say. You're retarded. You can't see the difference between what he says in my videos, or the similarity, sorry. And he said, yeah, it's like taking orders from dogs when you're working for HPBs. And I said, yep, definitely. Because they're like animal bodies, you get it? Higher form of ape, he said, yep. Anthropoid, it's called. So yeah, here's another point. Yeah, HPBs only think negative due to what I said on Organic Portal's definition video. It's because they're only spinning down in the lower triangle of the Merkaba. The upper triangle is not spinning and it's not present. Remember, they're not present in the upper chakras. That means they're not present in the upper Merkaba triangle. So they don't have the diamond light body. There you go. Because it's a diamond shape. Anyway, that's when both triangles... Yeah, okay, anyway. Hope you got that. And that's also why I said in another video that they have same frequency as negative souls, because they're spinning down, not spiraling up. And the bottom triangle only active of the Merkaba, hence energy is only spinning down, you see, and it's negative. When you do the go to Google Tech Talks channel and you do the healing psychosomatic disorders with meditation video. I've got it on my channel. I always mention it. It's one of the first best meditations I ever found. Still do it to this day. It's for the middle nervous system, the ganglion. Obviously it heals the central nervous system and efferent nervous system as well, but it's for the thoughts which are on the looping ganglion, the middle nervous system. So it clears your thoughts, in other words. Kundalini is fourth dimensional. You will hear that nowhere else, hence subscribe, because I'm the man. What do I mean? I'm the metaphysical baton holder of our generation. I'm the one. Yep, I'm the metaphysical baton holder. You never heard that either. Anyway, you get it? Baton, when you're racing baton at little athletics and stuff, you like pass the baton, right? Anyway, we'll get into that one day. Was going to add something there, won't add it. And then I said, yeah, well done, chap, on the death is where infinity begins. Life does not end at death. I do speak on this already. If you're very, very attuned and listen very carefully to the things I say, I've already talked about this. And the best example is the current example we have, because you can all see it. The robots are coming before the intelligence that's going to be inserted into those robots. I've also said, you notice that? I've also said in a note in my bensnotes.weebly.com subdomain of consciouszine.net, I also said in the Starseeds note that it's like some people haven't had their starlight reach them yet. Clairsentient spinal fluid. Recently talked about the ego can't be killed, but you have to make it porous. Do you remember that video? And I'd done the little thing from the back of my head to the front to the neocortex with my hand. I said you have to integrate cosmic truth and magnetically fuse the neocortex. That's the real great work. Are you putting the pieces together? I hope so. So the intelligence is inserted after, and it's like Terence McKenna said, in the last 1 second of our universe, half the universe will undergo. That's right, isn't that amazing? So you need to understand all of Terence McKenna's theories to understand time and how it works. Because the mainstream scientists wouldn't have a fucking clue. They're 1,000,000 years behind. Actually, they're 16 billion years behind. Exactly. Or however old the universe is. Anyway, so I've hinted at this many times, and I call this the backwards forward asymptotic model. I've got a note on that to confuse the shit out of you as well. That note's not complete. I'll write a book on it one day. Just giving you some pieces. And yeah, he said, and I said, once you live, you never die again. We're talking once you wake up and you're conscious. It's a different level. You've got to understand the dimensions. It's not even on photonic mind, electric mind anymore. We're talking consciousness now. Basically, Jesus of Nazareth, old Jesus Christ, I'm a Maitreya Christ. He was a different type of Earth Christ. Not a wicked priest, by the way. Laura Knight from the Cassiopeia readings on Organic Portals, who's saying Jesus was a wicked priest. It's because she has the Buddha energy, and Buddha is always fighting for, I'm the master of the masters, when really it's us Christs, because Buddha is always, emotionally leaving, and via the moon chain, he's almost left Earth. It's too distant. And the Christs are people like me yelling it out all the time. We have Christ energy. So the quiet ones, and notice she's fat too. So she has Buddha energy. That's why. And that's why she also said John the Baptist was the true Christ. Because John the Baptist was the Buddha energy and Jesus was the Christ energy. Lol. So that one's very, very apparent. You won't hear that anywhere else either. Hence subscribe. Jeez, I run shit. Once you live, you never die again. That's once you consciously wake up. You never become unconscious again. Yeah? Okay. Then he said something about prana. I said, yeah, prana is 10-dimensional. You will hear that nowhere else. Hence subscribe to Philosopher's Stone Tube, because you're not going to hear it anywhere else. Because nobody is saying it. Because nobody has these insights. Because it's just me. Because I'm the current metaphysical baton holder. I'll explain it to you one day. Prana is 10-dimensional, and it's relative to your will force. This is why, we talk about prana when fasting and not chi. You always hear me talking about chi energy. Well, chi energy is 5th dimensional, not 10th dimensional. And no, they're not the same thing. See my lecture on organic portals, do not feel universal energies, where I actually talked about each energy, like Reiki is 7th dimensional, Dietra is 8th dimensional, etc. So my yogi name is Yogi Alatmad Palakresh, which means Yogic Pranic Light Legend. Legend because I'll introduce new theory or novelty. And that's what they always steal. They steal the novelty and they create habit, and they steal our ideas and then implement them against us, these human prison bars. So just a quick note, I guess, to go back over something I said, because I'm a good guy. Look how much I give you, for fuck's sake. So just to, even give you more, people are calling it an energy extraction matrix. Now, this is a negative viewpoint of our reality. It's because they don't understand the dimensions as well as me. So actually how it is, yes, 3rd dimension extracts energy from the upper dimensions. No, not really. Nope. What happens is the process of creation is into matter. It is a down-dimensional process of creation. That's what we are in here. Into density, yeah? So it's down-dimensional. So from the lower viewpoint, yep, it looks like an energy extraction matrix, but that's from the lower viewpoint. From the higher viewpoint, it's a down-dimensional creation process. Benjamin Kallenberg, the one and only, consciousazine.net.